Hello, Africa. This is D. Getty here in the United States. I have come across a very interesting article which may explain why Africa has so many problems. The problems facing Africa today are almost by design, and there is something we can do about it. So, let's read the article, which is about Lord Macaulay addressing the British Parliament in 1835. In the words of Lord Macaulay, he stated, "I have travelled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Of such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage, and therefore I propose that we replace her old and ancient system of education, her culture, for if the Africans think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation." That is Lord Macaulay's address to the British Parliament in 1835. And so the process to dominate Africa started. What we are experiencing today is the results of that process to dominate Africa. My fellow Africans, the information is out there for anyone to find because of the joy of the internet. And like you can see, some of the problems that we have today in Africa started way back because of the British policy. So it's very interesting that most countries nowadays have a president. And do you know Britain never had a president? Who was the president? Name one president from Britain. We don't have a president in Britain. They still have the king. Yet we got rid of all our kings in Africa. All the old kingdom like of Sogay in West Africa, kingdom of Mali. In Uganda we have the kingdoms of like in the Buganda kingdom, the Kabaka. You know, luckily we still have, you know, like we had a king like in South Africa, like in what we call like Eswatini, the Swaziland. But in most of the other parts of Africa, the African culture is at the danger of disappearing. Most of our leaders nowadays worship money. Most of our justice system is based on that foreign justice system. Africa needs to regain their pride. We need to take care of their resources. Most of our resources were plundered. All our animals were shipped to the zoos in Europe and in America. We don't have any polar bears in Africa. Did they bring any animals back to Africa for us to see them? So where do you see a polar bear? So Africa is a country which has been looted, and I'm thinking in 2025 we should stop the looting of Africa, and we should find a way to use the resources for the benefit of the Africans. So there is hope, but hope comes with good leadership. But remember, leadership is only as good as the people you select. Some of the people may still think like they are the new colonizers of their own people, but it's because they are also victims of what Britain set in motion back in 1835 when they say we shall dominate Africa and make the Africans hate themselves. Many people are still migrating north because conditions become very tough to live in Africa. But if the African governments can really change how they think about Africa, we will be having such a good lifestyle in Africa that nobody will be leaving Africa to go live abroad. So folks, that's my opinion based on the articles I've come across. And thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe.